What the fuck is up, YouTube? I wanted to make this video. I wasn't actually planning on making a video when I came home, actually. I don't know. I didn't really think about it until this happened to me today. And I was like, I have to record this. And it's just easier to do it live, in my opinion. Because I could make a video and I could edit it and add shit, but that's just too much work for like I don't know, in my opinion, for like an update video. We're not in an update video, but you know what I mean. So, as you all know, I am a college student, but right now I'm like not like in college. Like I'm in college, but um, they suspended me because I suck at math, and because I suck at math, I keep like failing my math class. So they suspended me because you can only take it 3 times, and then after that, like you're done. Like they just, I think, which I think is kind of fucked up because you know what I mean. But it's like, I don't know. I'm hoping like they change that because it's kind of fucked up. There's people that have learning disabilities that can't do math. And I also think it's fucking retarded that in college we have to basically, in order to like start working on our majors, we have to do general ed again, which is basically everything that you've done from kindergarten to your senior year of high school. Like that's not enough for you. You have to do it again. Like it's just ridiculous. But so yeah, so I've been in this adult school for a while, and I told you guys about this other guy, Suki or whatever, who was like hitting on me, and we had like a little thing where we'd meet up in his car and do stuff, but it didn't last long. So yeah, so this thing, not the same thing, but like something happened to me today, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So I don't have a lot of friends at this campus that I'm studying at. So I usually just keep to myself because I'm not really like an open person. Like I know on here I talk to you guys and I'm very open, but like in person, like I'm very shy and quiet. And I usually keep to myself unless, like one of my friends is there. Like if Victoria was there, I'd probably be more open because, I know her, I trust her. But it's like if I don't know anyone, it's like it's awkward for me. And I also have anxiety and a little bit of depression, but like not anything that anyone should worry about right now. But yeah, I have anxiety, and anxiety makes it worse. And it actually gets worse when I take my Adderall, or not Adderall, but any ADHD medication for me, actually, because Focalene did it too. But it just makes me more jittery, I think. And as you can tell, I'm kind of stuttering, and that's the medication because usually I don't stutter without it. So this guy, and I've seen him before because he usually just comes and he sits down. I sit down at this bench. So I'm in an adult school. So it's like the class that I'm taking anyway is like a college class. You don't have to go. And by the way, when I mean adult school, it's not like a high school. It's just like a school for adults. Like you don't have to go there and get a GED. You can go there and take like computer classes or whatever. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a Microsoft Access class, and I'm almost done, by the way. So yeah, so this guy, I noticed. I don't even know the first time I ever noticed him, because there's a bunch of people that come and sit down at these benches. So my adult school that I go to, they have a 15-minute break that they do every day at like 9:40. Well, my teacher lessons out at 9:40. I think different classes get out, or like I think they want people who are trying to get a GED, they're out at like 9:30, I think. I'm not really sure how it works. There's some classes that are out like at 9:30, and then like mine's out at like 9:40, and then at like 9:50, the people that are out at 9:40 go in, and then at 10 o'clock, I go in with my class. So it's weird. Like I don't really know how it works, but yeah. So um, what I do for my 15-minute break is I always bring headphones with me to class, and because what he does is we have to go out, we have to leave the classroom for our break. You can't just like sit in there and chill, which I guess makes sense. I don't really care. So what I used to do in the beginning is I would just chill outside the classroom, but I kind of felt weird doing that. So I moved to the front of the school, and there's like these two benches like in the front, and then behind the benches are stairs that lead to the second story where the classrooms are, but my classroom's in the first floor. So yeah. So I would sit there and listen to music, do my own thing. I don't have a lot of friends, like I said, and I have anxiety. So it's hard for me to make friends because I'm constantly worrying about what people think of me and all that. And it's hard. And it's even more hard when you're on medication that makes you even more anxious. It's like a struggle because, you know, you take a medication for one thing and then it gives you another thing, or it advances another thing. And it's annoying. And so I was just, I don't even know when I noticed this guy, but I just noticed that he would come and sit down every once in a while, use his phone, and then leave, which is what I did. So, you know, a lot of people did that. They would come, sit down for a couple minutes, and go to class because it's a 15-minute break. There's not a lot of shit you can do in 15 minutes. So, and I don't know about like other people's teachers. My teacher, he's very chill. You don't have to come in at 15 minutes on the dot. Like if you're in the bathroom or even in general. There was one time I came in at like 10:30 because I was with Suki and he didn't even care. So um, my teacher's just chill, but I don't really know how other teachers are. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, they don't care because I don't know all the other teachers. I only know mine. So mine's very chill. But anyway, back to the story. So the same guy that I've noticed that comes and sits down and uses his phone and gets out for a while, and I'm just gonna describe him to you. So he's like this Asian guy, which I think he might actually be mixed, but I don't know. And it's weird because I'm usually not into Asian people, but like he's cute, you know. And he dresses way like more fancy than I do. Like I don't know. Like I don't like I don't even know what he sees in me, to be honest. Because if you look at how he dresses and everything, and then you look at me, it's like what? Like it just doesn't feel right to me. I don't know, you know. His name is Eric though. Maybe he's not Asian, I don't know, but he looks Asian. I don't know. So, out of nowhere, he gets up and I have my headphones on and I slap. I'm one of those people when I play music, I slap it. I like to zone out and just be in my own world. So I start slapping it. And I listen to everything, Indian music, English music, hip hop, rap, whatever. So I'm playing an Indian song, and out of nowhere, he gets up and he starts talking to me, and I can't hear what he's saying because I have my headphones in. So I take one out because I'm not a rude bitch. I'm not gonna ignore him. I'm not rude. So I take one out, and I'm like, huh? And he's like, oh, why are you sitting here by yourself? And I'm like, I don't know. I just do. Like, I like being by myself, I guess. I mean, I didn't say that, but I was just like, I don't know. And he's like, oh, because I noticed that you're always sitting here by yourself. And I just wondered why. I'm like, oh, well, and he's like, how old are you? And I said, I'm 21. And he goes, oh, wow, you don't look like you're 21. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I thought you were my age. And I'm like, well, how old are you? And he goes, I'm 20. I'm like, oh, well, it's close. Like, only a year older. Like, don't matter. Don't matter to me. Um, and then we just started talking. Um, And he's like, "So what are you here for? How many credits do you have?" And I told him, "Oh, I'm not on a GED program. I already have a GED. I'm just taking like extracurricular classes." So he's like, "Oh, so what are you studying?" And I told him I'm in a Microsoft Access class. He was like, "Oh, cool," and then he asked me if I work, and I explained to him that I work for my dad. I always say that because it just makes more sense because technically I do work, but it's like working for my dad. Like, I don't want to say he's a terrible boss, but like he doesn't give me anything to do, and then he complains I don't do anything. Like a boss is supposed to tell the employees what to do, not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So it may seem like I don't work, but it's like I don't know what to do. So every once in a while, I always ask him, like, do you need me to update your database? You know, I always ask him that because that's my job. I manage his database, which is another reason why I'm in the Access class because it's helping me manage his database. I can teach myself. So I told him, yeah, I work for my dad's financial company. He was like, oh, wow, I wish I could do something like that, you know? And he was like, so you want like a desk job? And I was like, yeah. And we just started talking, and out of nowhere, he's like, "Yeah, you're really cute." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. You're cute too." And he's like, "Yeah. So, are you single?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, cool. You have a number I can hit at?" I'm like, "Sure." So I gave him my number, and then to verify that it was my number, because you know, there's people out there that are assholes that do like rejection hotlines and shit, and I don't do that type of shit, you know. So he called it, and I showed him my phone as it rang, so he could see that it was my number. And then he goes, okay, well, I'm gonna go to class. It was nice meeting you. My name is Eric. And what's your name? I'm like, my name's Eliza. And then I had to like teach him how to like not teach him, but like he was like when we were adding each other, he was like, how do you spell your name? I'm like Aliza. Basically spelled like Eliza. And he was telling me how he has a cousin whose name is Eliza. And I'm like what if, you know, what if I don't know. So I was like, yeah, nice meeting you too. And he goes to class, and then I got up and I started walking towards my class, which I never really do actually. I started walking hella early. I should have stayed because my teacher wasn't even there, and I ended up waiting in front of the classroom. But yeah, it was just like so random because I don't know, like I don't know, and I guess I have noticed him look at me a couple times, like throughout the months that he's been here. I don't even know if he's new or not, like because he just started sitting at the benches, like I don't know, maybe a couple months back. I'm not even sure, but I have his number on my phone, and it's weird because like I haven't texted him, he hasn't texted me. What do you want with my number? You know, are you pranking me? Is this a trick? Like, are you gonna give my number to Suki? You know, that's another thing is, you know, like, do you know this guy? Are you gonna give my number to him? And is it gonna, you know, I have a lot of trust issues. So, you know, it's gonna take some time before I truly open up to you and before I truly accept you and trust you because I've been hurt a lot. And obviously I'm not like a Victoria's Secret model. I'm not, you know, the average like a beautiful American girl that you see, you know. And I have issues of my own. You know, I'm on medication that sometimes messes with me mentally, and it's a battle. It's a struggle for me. I literally have to fight myself every day in order to eat because it literally suppresses my appetite, and my parents don't like it when I don't eat. But you know, so it's just like and that's another thing is I just don't know if there's a man out there that's ready to like be with someone like me. Like I don't think I don't know. I just don't think there's a man out there that can handle someone that struggles with like anxiety and depression and you know and like having to take pills every morning that mess with me throughout the day that you know and constantly having to switch pills for what reason I don't know like it's just annoying. I don't think he knows what he's getting himself into. And I'm like scared to tell him because I feel like if I tell him, you know, all my like problems, I feel like he'll just, you know, run away. And that's kind of why I don't really date a lot of people because not everyone like accepts people, you know, that have depression and stuff. And it's annoying because if like a month back, I think I made a video talking about my strabismus eye that I have, which has been corrected, but every once in a while it does kind of move on its own every once in a while. And someone commented below and was like, "Nobody cares. Like you're acting like a victim," and I'm not acting like a victim. Like I'm not making these videos to get sympathy. I don't want sympathy. Like, I don't need sympathy from people I don't know. I want to make these videos so that way anyone out there who struggles with strabismus, depression, anxiety, ADHD, you're not alone because I struggle with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of these videos, not to get sympathy, not to have people, oh, woo hoo, get well soon, girl, you're strong. I don't need all that. No. If you want to say I'm being a victim, then I'm a victim. That's cool. But I'm not a victim. I'm not making these videos because I'm a victim. This is stuff that I have been dealing with since I was younger. And back in the day, YouTube wasn't big when I was a kid. So I couldn't go on YouTube and type in like, ADHD and all that and find videos on it. And back in the day, people didn't really do that. People didn't really think to do that. Now it's 2019 and you can Google anything, like it's crazy. And back in the day, I didn't have that. So when I went through this, I was generally by myself. And so I want other people out there to know that you're not by yourself because, I struggle with it too. And it's something that I have to deal with. And hopefully I can overcome it someday. But, it's whatever. If I don't, I don't. That's that. And yeah, so it's just like, that's why I don't know. And oh my God, and here's another thing, like, I don't know why I just don't trust good looking guys. I just don't. Because every good looking guy that I've been with has either hurt me or used me in some way. Except for like, um, yeah, see, every good looking person that I've been with has either used me or hurt me. So it's like, it's hard to trust like the good looking guys because I feel like, I don't know. So it's like, so it's whatever happens, happens, I guess. Like, you know, but yeah, so yeah, but so yeah, I have his number, but who knows what's gonna happen. He actually asked me what I was doing this weekend, and I told him I don't know yet because I don't know yet. Like I just got back from Mexico, which I didn't tell him, but I just got back from Mexico, so like I don't even know. I have so much shit to do. My shit is still downstairs on the floor. I have to bring it up here, and I really don't want to. I'm just because it's this medication. It just makes me so tired, and I don't even know why. Because I don't know. It's just fucking annoying. And I can't take a nap because I have sleep issues as it is. And if I take a nap, then I'm never gonna go to sleep tonight. And I literally have to take melatonin in order to sleep properly. Oh my god! Speaking of sleep, let me just tell y'all something. So yeah, you guys know how I've been talking to this guy named Justin, and how like I don't like him, and he's like not getting the hint that I don't like him, and I could literally talk to guys in front of him, and he just like literally. So he FaceTimes me and we talk for a little bit, and I usually fall asleep on FaceTime with him just because I don't give a fuck, like, So I popped my melatonin and I ended up falling asleep. And this fucking, I swear to God, like, this is kind of where I'm like, yeah, no, because I can't. So this fucking dumbass motherfucker, he stays up all night playing Xbox. Where his mom is, I fucking don't know. Because I already know my mom and my dad would have beat my ass. Like, this guy was shouting in the middle of the night. Because apparently he has a friend that's like a hacker that's able to hack GTA 5 and get him guns and money. So he stays up all night playing with him. And he was shouting, and he's like, I don't even know what the fuck he was shouting. Like something about an airplane or some shit. Get the plane, what plane? I don't fucking know. It was so loud. And I tried to turn it down, but he was so loud that even though it was on the lowest notch, he was still loud. So I had to hang up the fucking call, which I don't even know why he didn't do it to begin with. To me, that's common sense. I love GTA 5 too. I'm not hating on the game. I'm just like, if you know you're a loud person, if you know somebody's sleeping on a call, hang up. Then you can play a game and shout and do all that. Don't or mute yourself. Like him and common sense just doesn't click. Him and common sense is like water and oil. They just don't mix. Because and it irritates me because, like I said, I have sleep issues as it is. I already wake up by myself as it is. The last thing I need is someone shouting about some fucking airplane on GTA 5 at fucking 12 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was hella loud. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I was just so tired. Like, normally, I probably would have said something maybe. I was just so tired. I went and tried to turn it down. When it didn't turn down, I just hung up and put my phone down. Like, I'm trying to sleep. I've never been so irritated in my entire life. Like, how the fuck you want to be my boyfriend, but that's how the fuck you treat me? Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. And second of all, like I'm not hating on video gamers, but there's a time and a place for that. If you care about your video games more than you care about your girlfriend, then you don't deserve to have a girlfriend, in my opinion, because I don't know. And that's just so irritating to me. I'm telling you guys right now. Like this man, let me just tell you. I don't know what this guy does because he claims to work, but he never leaves his house. So I don't know how he works. And he works like once or twice a year. Like I kid you not, like maybe once or twice a month, maybe. Like he works for his grandpa. I don't even know what the fuck they do. Like, and so and it's so funny because I get up every day at like 7 in the morning to go to class or whatever. And for him, because he literally stays up all night and he wakes up at like 3 in the afternoon. So for him, like waking up at like 8 o'clock in the morning is early. So he'll tell me at like 10 at night, man, I have to be up so early. I have to be up at 8. I'm like, I'm in class by 8. That is not fucking early. Like you're not. I'm sorry. Like if you're a grown adult and 8 o'clock is early for you, what? Because like I had been getting up hella early since I was in kindergarten. Like, how did you go to school? If 8 o'clock is early for you, how did you go to school? Because doesn't school usually start at 8? Don't some schools start at 8? So I don't know. I don't understand. But yeah, I was just so fucking irritating. Like, and I have an iPhone 7, so like I can't like plug in headphones unless I unplug it from the charger. I don't have one of those special wires. I have to unplug it from the charger to plug my headphones in. And he's not gonna be the reason that my phone dies. So I just hung up. I'm like, no, I'm not about that. You wanna play your video games? Then go play your video games. Don't. It's just irritating. It's fucking irritating. Like, I just don't understand how you're older than me and you act like you're younger than me. I just don't get it. How am I mature than you and you're 23? It mind blows me, bro. I just don't understand. I don't get it. And like today, like I'm in this dumbass argument with some random girl on this app that girls use to track their periods and like sex lives and stuff. Like for real. Like let me just tell you. So like there's like this form part of the app where people can post like there's different types of groups, and it's deep. Like it goes from like you could talk about your period, you could talk about sex, masturbation, like it's everything feminine topics. Like literally there's people on here that ask like how do you masturbate? What's the best way to masturbate? Like it's weird. It's weird as fuck. So this one girl was on her period and she posted a picture, like a screenshot of a conversation between her and her boyfriend. And um and she put like, I thought my boyfriend was being sarcastic, but then he said this, and it was literally a screenshot of her telling her boyfriend like, hey, um I stayed in my pants, can you help me? And he's like, how can I help you? Or something like that. Like I stayed in my pants at work. And he's like, oh, how can I help? And she's like, oh, I don't know. How can you help? And then he goes, oh, you want me to bring you a pad and some clothes to work? And she's like, yeah. And then she like wrote down below, like, I thought he was being sarcastic, but he wasn't. I'm really grateful to have him as a boyfriend. And there's some people on there that think what she said to him was rude, even though it wasn't rude. Like, and so like I got into a whole argument with this person because she was like, how can you talk to your man that way? Yeah, yeah, because she said, I don't know, how can you help with like the rolling eye emoji? And this girl was like, how can you talk to your man that way? And I'm like, you clearly are like, you clearly don't know pain because when you're in pain, you don't think about being respectful. You know what I'm saying? When I'm cramping and somebody's next to me and I'm not in a good motherfucking mood, I'm gonna be rude to you regardless. Like even if you didn't do shit to me. There was one time I was on a bus with my friend and I was on my period and he started talking and I'm like, Billy, shut up. Like it wasn't helping. So I was just like, shut up, That's just what girls do. And this girl was like, oh, it don't matter. I don't let my pain reflect how I talk to my loved ones. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how do you PMS? And we just got into this whole argument. And I'm like, you do realize that every girl handles pain differently, because she was talking about, oh, I'm adult enough to know how to handle my pain. I'm like, well, then you should be adult enough to realize that every girl handles their pain differently. It doesn't matter how you do it. Everybody's different. We're not you. And she was like, I know, but I don't understand why she was lashing at her man. Lashing? All she said was, I don't know how can you help? How is that lashing at somebody? Like, where are you from? Well, that's disrespectful because that is just, what? You must be from Canada. You're not American because that is nothing. That's nothing. How is that lashing at someone? I'm like, but she wasn't even lashing though. She was just asking how we could help because she thought he was being sarcastic because she's moody on her fucking period. Hello? Like, you claim to be a grown adult, but you know nothing about periods. That sucks for you. But anyway, it's just dumb. Like, I don't understand why people are trying to argue with me. And then I got into another argument with some TikTok guy, some TikToker, whatever the fuck they're called on TikTok. There's this like white guy. What the fuck is his name? It's like fucking, hold on. Um, what is his name? Oh my god, can this hurry up? Oh, maybe it got removed. No, it didn't get removed. Oh, it did get removed. It did get removed. Ha, bitch. Okay, so this guy, So I guess PewDiePie, if you don't know who that is, which if you don't know who that is, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's a Swedish YouTube gamer, um, or YouTuber or whatever. I guess he's in competition with T Series, which I don't even understand why that's even a thing because T Series, for anyone that doesn't know what T Series is, it's a music and film industry of India, like Bollywood shit. And I'm half Indian, so I literally grew up with T Series, like legit. So he made this whole video about how PewDiePie roasted T Series, saying that they made pirate songs, which I've never heard in my life. And I Googled it, there's nothing on Google. Um, Even on Wikipedia, where he claimed to got his info from, I didn't see it there. Second of all, if there's one thing I know about being on YouTube is they're very strict about their rules. And if you're copywriting or if you're pirating, they're not going to let you have an account on YouTube. So if they're really illegal and doing posting illegal videos, how come their channel is still up and they have all these views and subscribers? You know what I'm saying? Um, and so obviously, and I love PewDiePie. You know, not trying to sit here and defend one over the other because I love them both. I grew up watching T Series. You know, T Series is like the Indian version of like Vivo. Like, you know, I think anyway, if that's what Vivo is, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Indian version of Vivo. Like T Series is like a big film industry and music industry, and a lot of Indian songs that you hear come from T Series. And T Series has its own channel with it and also has many other channels in different languages because in India, there's like several languages that are spoken besides Hindi. Like, it is crazy. Depending on which part of India that you go to, there's a different language that's spoken there. But Hindi is a very common language. I know friends who are, yeah, I said friends, okay. I have friends who are like South Indian who grew up speaking Tamil, which is a South Indian language, or Telugu, which is also a South Indian language, but they also speak Hindi. Like, I know Punjabi people, but Punjabi for me is different because it's kind of like similar to Hindi. Like, I can actually understand a little bit of Punjabi, not really. I don't count Urdu because Urdu and Hindi are basically the same. But like there's a lot of languages that are very similar, but in general, they have different languages. So like you're competing with T Series that already has more subs than you, and if you combine all their channels plus PewDiePie's, who do you think the real winner is? T Series by far. That's why his pussy ass removed the fucking video because he knows he's wrong. Like, hello, a video game, a YouTube gamer, whatever YouTuber against a film industry and music industry. Like, who do you think is gonna win? Honestly, I mean, they're pretty. If you actually look at their subs, they're pretty. They're pretty good. Like they're neck and neck. But I just feel like, and I feel like what PewDiePie did was kind of selfish in a way because that's not like a fair way to get subs by like just ragging. Really, like I thought we were done with that. I thought YouTubers were done ragging on people. Like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of childish. Like, you're ragging on them for something that they did in the past that may or may not have been true. Like, first of all, what I want to know is how do you know that they did this? Because T Series is Indian. So unless you are Indian, unless you speak Hindi or any other Indian language, how the fuck do you know how they were made? You don't watch their movies or listen to their music. The fuck? Like, maybe he does. Maybe he's a secret fan. I don't fucking know. But, that's why this guy fucking removed his fucking video because he's a pussy. Man, I was gonna show you guys. I guess I could just show you guys like what he said, like through my notifications if it's still there. Yeah, and I'm not hating on PewDiePie. Like PewDiePie is a cool YouTuber. I actually used to watch his videos a lot when I was younger, and I don't know why I don't watch him anymore, but he's still out there. He's a cool YouTuber, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys. I guess I don't know. I don't even know what I'm gonna do today because my mom's at a meeting until 4:30, and my dad, I don't even know when he's coming home because he's working at this festival, and then after the festival, he's driving up to Sacramento to go see this girl that he's been talking to. So I'm either gonna stay here all day by myself or maybe go see my mom at 4:30. I don't know. I have like the worst cramps right now, you guys, like the worst, and I don't know if it's like my medication making my cramps as bad or if it's just my PMS because, like I said, I have irregular periods, so I don't know if it's coming early or late or when the fuck it's coming. It's irritating, and that's the thing about these bitches who don't have problems is that they assume they know everything. Like, oh, when I'm on my period, this happens, so I know for a fact that it doesn't happen to you. No, bitch. Just because you're not moving your period does not mean shit. Because let me tell you, if you like with me, I have irregular periods, so that means that I have extra blood and extra pain that I deal with, which is probably not even close to labor, but let me tell you, it I've never delivered a child, but I'm sure it feels exactly like that. It's the worst pain ever. And legit, my first day, I don't even move. I'm like, and I don't even understand how I've seen videos where it's like, oh, when you're on your period, you're supposed to exercise. I'm sorry, I can't because sometimes when I stand up, the pain is so bad that I'm like leaning like this, like it's bad. So I literally just like I get two heating pads, I put one on my stomach and one on my back, and that's just my day. Like I just watch TV or whatever, you know. I can't do that type of shit. So I feel like, maybe go take a class because and there's also people that have disorders. Like I have an aunt that has fibroids. So she bleeds more and she's I guess it makes her anemic and actually recently she passed out while being on her period at work because that's how much like pain and that's how much she bleeds. Like you know what I'm saying? So shut the fuck up because you don't know shit about a period. Um Unless you're a gynecologist, which you're always the fuck not, because you're arguing with me over mood swings that you clearly don't have. Um, it's just ridiculous, bro. And like, it's funny because I'm the daughter of a nurse. So, like, my mom, whenever I don't feel good, she teaches me how to, how to do things like the medical way, the nurse way, you know. Like, growing up, like, I don't pay for thermometers. My mom brings me a thermometer from work, like, and growing up, if I wasn't feeling well, um, which mind you, this is illegal. And obviously this isn't like, stuff like Tylenol and shit. No, like there was one time I was sick and it made me constipated. And my mom has a bunch of shit in her pockets that she has because she goes from patient to patient and you never know what your patient is gonna need. You could go visit your patient and they could be fine and then all of a sudden they're vomiting. Okay, well, if you have medicine right here that you can inject them with or put in their IV, that's so my mom always has stuff in her pockets. And sometimes she'll accidentally come home with stuff in her pockets. So like if you go to our house, we have syringes of like saline water and shit and like the IV bags and stuff. But that's different. That's a different story. Um, and we also have Chucks, which it's kind of like a dog potty pad except bigger because they're for humans when they lay in bed. I was surprised that a lot of people didn't know what that was. I was watching a bunch of medical videos yesterday, and this guy, like his foot was bleeding, so they put it on a chuck, and someone's like, "Oh my god, his foot's on a dog potty pad," and I'm like, "The fuck? Have you never been in a like? You don't even have to be admitted in the hospital. They put that shit under the bed for you. You've never visited somebody in the hospital, like." I was shocked. I was like, "What? You don't think they have that for humans? What do you think kids use when they wet the bed?" They sell that shit in a store, at, like, human stores, not just animal stores, not just for animals. What the fuck? I was shocked. But anyway, so my mom, sometimes I'll have, like, stuff at home that you can't get at a regular pharmacy. Like, I had, Crow's Landing. Someone's calling my house and it's Crow's Landing. T-Series is far better than PewDiePie. In my opinion, I like them both evenly, you know? But, you know, T-Series is my childhood, so, yeah. So, my mom had, like, this little thing of stool softener, and it was, like, cherry flavored, and it's liquid, and you cannot get this like, you obviously, you can get stool softener anywhere, but, like, this particular one is, like, a hospital version of it. In fact, my mom was actually telling me that in the hospital, they have, like, Benadryl that they can put in the IVs and stuff. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I would love that, honestly, like, obviously and I'm not afraid of needles, but, like, I have a problem with swallowing pills, so, you know, I don't know why. I think it's because I have, like, weird tonsils, I don't know. But, you know, just growing up with a nurse for a mom, you learn a thing or 2. So, like, if you're bleeding, you just apply a good amount of pressure and it'll stop, like, just things like that. I always was that kid that would get into arguments with people over dumb stuff that involves medical because, you know, in fact, the dumbest argument I've ever been in my entire life was this girl. Okay, this was like elementary school. My old elementary school, which is no longer here, they just tore it down, which is sad, but whatever. My old elementary school did this thing like once a year where each class had a different theme, and it was like a world theme. So one class would be India, one would be China, one would be Germany, and it was like I don't even know how they picked it. Like I guess I don't know. And so our class was Germany, I think. Or no, it was like Filipino. No, I don't even know what our class was, to be honest. Um, and the class next to us was India. And for all y'all that don't know, I'm half Indian. So I grew up, you know, around Indian people, speaking the language, eating the food, wearing all the clothes, all that shit, all the jewelry. Like I grew up doing that. So they, this class walked out wearing salwar kameezes. And this girl behind me was telling someone like, "Oh yeah, someone's mom bought them all saris." And me being a smartass, I'm like, "Those aren't saris." And she's like, "Yes, they are." I'm like, "No, they're not. I have one of those. They're called a salwar kameez. I'm half Indian. I would know." And she's like, "Okay, then, damn." Well, not damn, but she was like, "Okay, man." Like, you know, like I don't know. I feel like I argue with people too much over dumb stuff. But that's just who I am. Like, I don't know. But I find it funny when people try to tell me something about myself. Like when I tell somebody I'm 21, they're like, "No, you're not. You're lying." I'm like, "Okay, but then how old am I?" Like, and here's the thing: I don't have a reason to lie about my age. Like, I have an ID, bro. Like, I can legit go to the store right now and buy a pack of beer if I fucking wanted to. Like, why would I lie about my age, bro? That makes no sense. Like, I'm 21 and I don't even drink as much. Like, I do drink, but like not every day, you know. So it's like, why would I lie? I don't have a reason to lie. I'm not trying to, you know, get into a club or anything. Like, why would I lie? You know? But anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do today, but we will see. Super bored. Super, super, super bored. But yeah, So yeah, I don't know. But um oh, I should show you guys the app. That's like not the period app or whatever. Um, I'll show you the app that I use. So I have a folder where I keep all my medical stuff just because it's easier. So there's a bunch of Kaiser apps, but this is Eve, and it's basically where I track my period because I have irregular periods. So I like to keep track of them, especially because I'm gonna go see my gynecologist about them, and they ask you a bunch of questions about your period. So I like to like jot down as much as I can so I can show her, you know. Um, are people still talking about this? But anyway, I'll show you. So it tells me like what cycle day I'm on, which is 24, and then there's a log that I can do every day. But I already did my log. Um, and there's a cycle scope, which I think is amazing. And sometimes these are actually really accurate. Like, so like for example, there was one time um, I was like nauseous, and I'm like, why am I nauseous? Like I don't have any cramps. What the like am I sick? And I went on here, and it was like, oh, your cycle day, you know, yada yada. Today you're not gonna feel well. It might be nauseous, and I'm like, what? It was crazy. So I'm day 24, and apparently my levels of progesterone, whatever, are high these days, which means I'm gonna be sleeping even deeper. Yay! That's especially great considering that low estrogen during the luteal phase may make you feel sluggish, which is what I'm feeling right now. Boost these relaxed vibes by exchanging massages with a special someone, and if that all that sultry touch leads to things getting steamy, well, nothing helps you unwind like an orgasm. Like it's very real. Like you have to be mature. You cannot be a child using this to track your period because if you can't handle talking about like adult stuff, then and I know there's teens out there that masturbate, which is good. But if you're not mature enough to handle topics, then you probably shouldn't get this app because they are out there. Like um, and then people can comment on them. Oh yeah, so like I can track everything. So look, this is how irregular I am. So in February, I got mine on the 3rd, right? And then, obviously, like 3 days after it ended, no big. My next period after that didn't come till the 20th of March. The fucking 20th of March. And I was in so much pain. And I literally thought something was wrong with me. And like, I was so irregular. I started thinking, like, there's no way I could be pregnant. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, you know? So so this was a 42-day cycle. Usually, you get your period every month. I don't, apparently. Well, I do, but at random. Like, actually, no. You do like a month and like 20 days, or a month and 15. A month and 12 days, actually. Yeah, a month and 12 days. 20th March, my birthday. How funny. Wow. It's just fucking annoying, bro. So I'm hoping that all is good. Um, so according to this, my next period is in 8 days. So most of the time it can be accurate, but like I said, I'm irregular. So um, it's just, I just use it so I can like jot stuff down and I can track it so I can show my doctor, my gyno. I already told her like I'm having issues, and so I already made an appointment for my pap smear. So when she's done with my pap smear, I'm just gonna ask her like, hey, and it's weird because I'm not like irregular. Like I could be regular for a couple months and then like out of nowhere just be irregular. And I don't have a reason to stress. So it's like, yup, really. And the thing about me, and I don't know if it's just me or if other girls like deal with this, but like my period cramps are worse than my PMS sometimes. So like my PMS cramps, and this is another thing, my PMS cramps, they come and go. When I'm on my period, they don't come and go. They come and they're legit like contractions. They stay for like a good 2 minutes maybe, then they go. And then they come back again. Like it's bad. It's painful and it's my back and it's like my lower, my stomach. Oh, it's just bad. Toto is good. Charlie's sleeping right now. He's good too. I actually felt so bad because I went to pick up Charlie yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. And that was a Wednesday. Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. And um I went in the house and I'm like, I call my dog's brothers. Can you read out my name, please? No, I'm not fucking stupid. Um, so I went in and I'm like, hey boys, and they all got so excited. And then I went to take Charlie out, and Todd followed me. And my mom, for some reason, lost her house key. I don't know how. And every time she does, she blames me for it, which is fucking irritating because I haven't been there in like 2 weeks. So, or a week, I should say. So she leaves work using the side of of the house. So I had to come in through the side. So he follows me to the side, and there's like gates, but luckily it was windy, so the gates were able to open. But like, what really concerned me was that the front gate was able to open. Hold on, my Alexa just came. Alexa, read me new notification.
One new notification from Amazon Shopping. For Steve, a shipment has arrived.
Oh, my dad has a package here. Okay, well, anyway, so I'm gonna go down again in a second. So he follows me, and then I had to like, I can't. He doesn't. He's a rescue, so it's a little harder to train a rescue. So like I was trying to put him back in the backyard, but would not listen. Luckily, my mom's gate is loose enough that he can't let himself back into the backyard. So I'm like, okay, bye, Todd. But I kept thinking about, what if that other gate opens and he's out in the front yard and he runs away? So we came back to check upon him before my doctor's appointment, and I put my head in through my window because that's where he sleeps during the day. My mom doesn't want him in her room while she's at work because he sheds and he likes to lay on her bed. So he sleeps in my room on his bed, and I put my head into the window and he saw me, and I'm like, shit. So I started running to my dad's car and I felt so bad. So I closed the gate and then he walked up and I'm like, hi, Toto, I'm sorry. Like, I'm coming back. Don't worry. Like, I just feel bad because, like, he's a rescue, and I just don't want leaving him alone because who knows. But my boys are good. Thank you. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go downstairs and see where this package is that I just somehow got here, even though I didn't hear jack shit. I just heard my Amazon like ding, my Alexa ding. So that's why I didn't even hear like a truck or anything pull up. Let me just go double check real quick because I don't know. I didn't hear a truck pull up. That's disturbing. I'm gonna go downstairs, okay, Charlie boy. I know you're gonna follow me anyway, but yeah, I know you're gonna follow me. Okay, so I'm not sure what it is, but it's not at the front door. So I'm assuming it's in the mailbox, and I don't have access to a mailbox because my dad keeps his mailbox key with his car key. So it's just gonna have to wait, I guess. I mean, that makes no sense though, because how does Amazon have access to our mailbox? Or do they give it to the USPS and they do it? Okay. I'm just stupid. That's all. But yeah. Oh my god, you guys, I have to show you guys this cringy ass little girl real quick. Oh my god, I was dying. So when I'm bored, go on TikTok, and I don't really make videos, I watch them. um, so I was on TikTok yesterday, just scrolling, and I came across this like child. And the first video that I saw of her, you guys, look.
Here is the motherfucking tea. Here is the motherfucking tea.
And I only liked it so I could go through my likes and find it again so I could show you guys, by the way. So if you're like, you're talking about her, but you like her video, yeah, because that's the only way I'm going to get to her video. I'm not going to follow her. Or I think I do follow her, actually. Which I don't remember following her. But, like, I was just going through my, the page where people who you follow post. And she was there. She is pretty, but, like, I don't know. And at first, I was going to react to it. But because when I first saw it, I thought she said, "Here is the motherfucking tea," which is what this white guy that I got into an argument with said. So I'm like, this is a child cussing. So I was gonna make a whole video like, this is why I told you shouldn't be on here. Look what she's saying, But then I realized she said mother frickin' tea, right? Frickin' or fucking? Let me see.
Here is the motherfucking tea.
Frickin', yeah. So I'm not gonna
Can you do it?
Oh my god.
My God is a shield. My God is a rock. My God is the man that keeps me on top of the hate, on top of the lies, on top of the devil who's in disguise. My God was chained. My God was bruised, but my heart he still pursues. I've been broken. I've been lost, but I still take up my cross. Can you do
What's
it?
that? Okay, anyway.
I just wanted you to watch me dissolve.
What the fuck?
We're not friends. Friends don't. We're not.
Okay, bye. But like she does have good videos, but I don't know. It's just weird seeing a child, like, I don't know. Because I don't know how old she is, but when I was younger, MySpace was out, and my dad, even though like all my friends had it, like my dad did not let me have one. I don't know why. And let me just tell you the stupid thing about it was after Facebook came out, I was allowed to have a Facebook but not a MySpace. Does that make sense to anyone? Because it doesn't make sense to me at all. It just doesn't. And like MySpace, back in the day was like the shit. And I wanted it because they had the cutest layouts. Like my friend Lauren had a MySpace. Like everybody had a MySpace and I wasn't allowed to have one. And now it's dead and it's like, wow, I'm never gonna do that to my child. I'm sorry. Like here's the thing. If you want a MySpace, I'm gonna make a MySpace and we're gonna be friends. That's that. Like, I'm gonna type in my name real quick. Hold up. Oh my god. Oh. Anyway, this is making my computer overheat, so I'll do it later. But yeah, like I wasn't allowed to have one, so it was just stupid. Okay, so my computer's overheating. So I'm gonna end this so it can cool down. And maybe I'll go live later. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. But actually it's starting to cool down. I kinda wanna like, I don't know. I wish like they would bring MySpace back, but like I mean they should because of all the shit that Facebook is doing, you know? I don't know if you guys heard like Mark, whatever his name is, Zuckerberg is like being sued and shit. I don't know. So I feel like, and then I heard like you can't trust him, or I don't know. I don't even remember. I'll have to tell you guys when I'm not on fucking ADHD pills. Please remove me as moderator. Why? You don't want to be a moderator? Anyway, so I feel like they could bring it back because it's just cooler. It's already cooler than Facebook because of the layout. And the reason why I wanted it was because, you know, like with Facebook, the reason why my dad let me have it was because my family was on there. So they could see my friends and they could see who I talked to. And with MySpace, like nobody had a MySpace. But yeah, sure you do. You can be my moderator anything. But yeah, so like I don't know. I'm still irritated about it because like the other day I was in Mexico and we ran into my dad's like really good like best friend from like years ago and his daughter, and we all used to be like one big happy family. Like we were all friends, and then you know I ended up beefing with his daughter. Why? I don't know. But we're cool now. I'm not going to sit here and like talk shit about her because we're cool. Like there's no beef. You know, we were able to sit down as women and talk and have drinks, and that's So I honestly give props to anyone that can do that because I know bitches that are irritated at me for shit I did to them in the third grade. Like so I give her props for that. So we were all sitting around talking, and I don't know what we were talking about. We were talking about like, oh, passwords, because my dad was telling me like, oh, because his friend was like, I'm still friends with Twister on Facebook, which was my dog. I made him on Facebook like years ago when he was live, and Like, my dad's like, oh, he's like, you need to remove that. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know the password. And he's like, all you have to do is click forgot password, and he'll send you an email. I'm like, okay, but what if I don't know the email? And we were like arguing, and then she was like, it's a process though. Like, she defended me. She was like, it's a process though. And then she starts talking about how she was trying to get onto her old MySpace because her friends were posting like cringy pictures from their MySpace days, and she's trying to get on her old MySpace to see it, and she couldn't. And um, it just got me thinking, like, and I honestly wonder if my dad regrets doing that because, like, I don't know, it's just stupid. Like, if everyone's on it, you know, and I get it that he was looking out for me. He didn't want me to talk to like random people, but I still ended up doing it anyway, just not on MySpace. Like, to me, it just makes no sense. Like what I don't understand is what was so wrong with MySpace. My dad's calling me. Hi. No, not yet.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, the aloo.
Yeah, I would. I would slow cook that in a pan. I'll be there about 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So a couple hours.
Okay, see you in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Bye. Sweet. So, being a moderator has nothing to do with how you restrict your messages. You can still restrict your messages without being a moderator. It has nothing to do with that. Anyway, so yeah, and like, I don't know, I just like, I always envied my dad for that because it's like everybody had it. And I didn't want a MySpace to talk to random people. I wanted a MySpace because all my friends had it. Like, I remember my mom, I tried to talk to my mom into letting me have it because my mom's friend has this daughter, and she's like a couple years older than me, I would say. Like, if she was 16, I'd be like 14 or 15, like, not, not too big. So she had a MySpace, and I remember she came over one day, and my dad was always out of town for work. So, and he's been letting me use his computer since I was younger, like, so he wasn't there. So we were using his computer. My mom doesn't care, like, nobody cared. My mom and her mom were like chilling in the kitchen, I guess. And we were on the computer, and she logged on to her MySpace, and I remember wanting one so bad. And I like asked my mom, "Can I make one? Can I have one?" And they're like, "No, no." I'm just like, "What the?" Like, Lauren has one. No one's hitting her up. Like, why? Like, I just don't understand. Like, oh, it just makes no sense, bro. Like, I can understand, if you don't want me on social media, period, but you can't say you can't have MySpace, but you can go on Facebook and you can talk to random man on Amigo. You had no problem with that, but MySpace was the issue. Anyway, um, I guess I'm gonna go and just chill. It's Friday and I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do. But I do kind of want to go to my mom's house because I lost my school folder, and I have a feeling it's over there because there's not that many places I could put it here. So, like, unless like the maids put it in my dad's like folder, which I don't know why they would do that because it doesn't have a name. But yeah, I just have a feeling it's at my mom's house. So I'm gonna go and probably go live tomorrow, maybe. Yogi. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll go live later. James, whoa, what? I'm confused. I like your hairstyle. It's honestly ugly as fuck, to be honest. Like, thank you. So yeah, I'm just gonna go. I guess I don't know. Well, because you're talking, so I guess I could say. But what if I've always wondered, like, what if one day they bring MySpace back? Like, that would be so weird. They would have to bring back everything, the layouts and everything. Like, MySpace is back, but like, I don't like the new MySpace. It looks fucking ugly. Hi, Yogi Bear. What are you eating?
Dates.
Um,
Why dates? Did you change your hairstyle?
sort of. Not really, just braids and stuff.
Did you change your glasses?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I've always had the blue glasses.
Or maybe you're wearing it on phone.
Maybe. Because I don't wear them a lot.
So, how's Mexico trip?
It was fun.
So, what happened to Mexico again?
Mm.
Your mom's brother, right?
My dad, but he's not here.
Where is he?
He's working at this festival.
Oh, so you're all
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you in.
You don't even know where my dad lives.
I know. I know your address. 23, 24, right? 24, 23.
Yeah, it's my mom's address.
I'm gonna ask. Those your ex.
Oh my god.
Can I get your ex? Husband's address?
I don't know. I don't.
What? Is it still cold there?
Not really. I mean, in the mornings it is, but
It's wearing sweatshirts.
I know.
Wearing now. And I didn't sleep for the last 20.
Oh, I know, because you were Snapchatting me.
Working last whole night until 6 a.m. Working. Make some progress. What do you watch?
Not watching anything.
So where are your bikini pics from Mexico?
Oh my god, I didn't wear a bikini.
Then you wore nothing.
No. I had a bathing suit, but it was like a dress kind of.
Oh, your dad got that?
Mm-hmm.
What are you wearing now?
Jeans and a sweater.
Just a sweatshirt.
Well, sweatshirt and a shirt.
Why? So it's like 70s today.
Because I'm weird.
Yes. Why sweatshirt? No.
I don't know.
So what else do you visit?
Well, I mean, my dad knows all the hangouts. And he has a lot of friends down there. It was crazy. I didn't realize. And then I got to meet this girl that my dad's been talking to that lives down there.
Okay. Better.
Yeah.
Is she of your age?
2 years older than me. But she's already a mom. She has like 2 kids. It was
You're
just
gonna have younger sisters. Your kids are your dad's kids. Your kids are your brother or sister's kids.
What's up, Charlie?
She's allowed to someone.
A little bit. I mean, like I don't burn easily, but you hot? You gotta open a window. It's hot outside. It would make no sense. Alexa, what's the weather outside?
In Stockton, it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 48 degrees.
Yeah, Alexa. Alexa.
She can hear you.
Hey Alexa.
Oh my God, she heard
Can I
you.
see your boobs?
She heard you the first time, and now she's not hearing you.
Hey Alexa.
Oh my God, what the heck?
Hey Alexa.
That's so weird. She heard you the first time, and now she's not picking you up.
Alexa.
There it is.
Can I see your boobs?
She's not even answering the question. She said, nope.
Did she say that or you were saying? Charlie. 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 Hey Charlie. Where are you going? Charlie. Charlie. Look here.
Charlie. Charlie needs a haircut.
I need to go to bed.
After all this makeup.
Okay, coming from Mexico.
No, I'm just putting it back.
You're gonna change.
Nope. I was just moving it from downstairs because when we came home, we just threw our luggage downstairs.
Yeah, I see you on your shoulders.
Oh yeah. My shoulders feel like a bitch. Most painful shower I've ever taken in my life.
What?
It was the most painful shower I've ever taken in my life.
When?
While I was in Mexico.
So where all did you get the? Move your camera. So are your robes growing?
Yes. I don't know.
But you don't measure.
No, I don't measure.
Why?
I don't know.
You didn't buy any new bras recently.
No.
What's your size?
Oh my god. I don't know. I mean, if I haven't bought any new bras,
What's your bra size?
I think it's still 36B. I'm not sure.
What? You're 26?
No.
I don't think so. is 6B. I think it's 34
Mm.
yours.
Yeah. Oh my God, wait a minute. I just see something right here. Love you too. I'll get better.
It's been our sixth or seventh.
You see too. But no. Bye, later. Okay, I'm back. And honestly, Christian boy or whoever you are, I'm just tired of your shit, honestly, because every day it's like a different story, you know. One day you're a hacker, next day you're your cousin. Like, pick a story and stick with it. Well, he never told me he had cancer, so how come? Um, He never told me he had cancer, so. I'm not saying you're lying. I just think it's weird that he had cancer and he didn't tell me, and now all of a sudden he's dead. And coincidentally, someone's been hacking his account. Anyway, I'm gonna go. It was nice to be on here and talk to you guys, but I'm gonna go. My phone is dying anyway. Yeah. And, if he really did die from cancer, then may he rest in peace. But, I don't know. Anyway, bye.